Good evening, lords, ladies, non-binary friends, gentles all. I'm your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare, and welcome to Social Distancing Theatre. The Social Distancing Players is a project conceived in this period known as the Quarantine, as a way to help keep Renaissance Festival and theatrical performers semi-quasi dummy gainfully employed, while our traditional venues are closed. Each of our monthly performances is funded through an individual Indiegogo campaign and is thus made possible by patrons and viewers like you. As always, these shows are pay what you will. And even if you cannot financially support the show and the performers, it is my hope that you will share this show and this campaign out to your friends and family. Because right now, more than ever, the world needs creative voices to be heard. Our world is changing all about us, and we must be able and flexible enough to change with it, while our stronger members help to uphold and defend our most vulnerable colleagues and friends. As always, we are in support of social justice, and let it be said plainly and simply, Black Lives Matter. And so from all of us to all of you, thank you for watching tonight. Tonight's performance features not only professional entertainers, but also patrons who have generously given of their time and from their pocketbooks to be a part of tonight's show. If you are interested in doing the same for a future production, you can drop me a line here or email me at shakespeare@shakespeareapproves.com or keep on the lookout for the next Indiegogo campaign. Our patron performers tonight are, and they'll be jumping up on screen as I introduce their names, Joel Kasser as Polonius. Peace and long life, Joel. Maisha Alanai as Sally, Hamlet's little sister. Kristen Bonini as 13. Tommy Abbott as Shermie and 11. James Bonini as 12. Christopher Klein as 10. Erin Donnelly as the little red-headed girl and a perfectly ordinary blue box. And tonight's professional performers feature Tom Zadoyko as Horatio. Melissa L.E. Baker as 9. Ezekiel Jackson as Laertes. Jasmine Leilani Kyle as Ophelia. David Makowski as Schroeder. Or Jasmine again. And Steve Anderson as Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. But now let's start the show. Lords, ladies, non-binary friends, gentles, all, I am your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare, and you may cheer now! Yay! Oh, friends. When I say you may cheer now, I need you to go insane. That means you need to hoot, holler, clap, cheer, stomp your feet, whistle, throw small loved ones into the air. Parents watching at home, just yeet your children. So I am your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare, and you may cheer now!
Amazing!
Friends, tonight's show is audience interactive, which even though you are at home and I am here, it does require all of your help. Which means when I say everybody says, ooh, I need to hear all of you say, ooh. Ooh. Nice. Everybody says, ah.
Ah.
People cry out, dear God, what is that thing?
Dear
God, what's that thing?
We have dramatic music.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Thank you, Zeke. And we have not very dramatic music. We have random sound effects of randomness.
Hey, where's
And we start with a song. So, everyone, please take your hands And everyone else, everyone in the show, please feel free to jump up on screen. Everyone, take your hands, hit your laps 2 times, and then clap your hands 1 time. And then do it again. 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 Repeat. Oh, all right. You know what? The cacophony is so bizarre and weird. Everyone mute your mics, and then we'll try it again. So take your hands, hit your laps 2 times. Repeat. Again. Here we go. Now I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle and here's my spout. Let me get all steamed up and hear me shout. Tip me over and pull me out, singing, I'm a little teapot. Everyone sing it. I'm a little teapot. Melissa has a teapot. Now Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. It followed her to school one day, which was against the rules. It made the children laugh and play to see a lamb at school. Ba, 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 black sheep. Sing it. Ba, 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 black sheep. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe, had so many kids, didn't know what to do. She gave them all broth without any bread, spanked them all soundly and sent them to bed. I really question her parenting style. I really question her parenting style. I actually do. Now, friends, keep that beat going. You are the few, the proud, the nerds. Now, you are the ones who use the nerdy language. Words like, well, like swell, and so's your old man, and wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. You are the ones who wear the nerdy t-shirts, and you know who you are. You are the ones who wear the red shirts and understand that in some productions, you will be the ones who die first. You are the ones who understand what this means. So you are my people, and I will lead you to freedom. I want you to reach into the bottom of your hearts, the cockle of your heart, the subcockle, your left big toe, your neighbor's pocket, and sing the final verse with me. For not for you good people right here, right now, I wouldn't be here doing this. Oh no, I'd be at home doing this. Wait, I am at home, and I am doing this. But I wouldn't have the camera turned on. I'd still be wearing velvet though. That part remains the same. So thank you for being here and giving me the best and greatest job in all the world. At the end of the show, if you love us, if you really, really love us, please, whatever you feel tonight's show is worth, throw it into our digital hat. You can get there by going to igg.me/at/Hamlet Xmas in July special. The link is going to be in the comments, and I'm going to be saying it throughout. And Tommy's just making it rain over there. So, friends, thank you for being here, and sing the final verse with me. Right here, right now. 5, 6, 7, 8, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S with a T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Oh, sing it loud! Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Give yourselves applause! Woo! Muppet arms, Muppet arms. Now, friends, I'm going to pause real quick and retie my sleeve because my show wouldn't be really my show. I mean, and this wouldn't be a good digital version of my show if something just really weird and irritating didn't go wrong right away, such as my sleeve coming untied. And if you've ever seen me at a Renaissance fair, you know that's completely true. But let's get this show started with Laertes turning off his camera. I love him so much. It's really nice getting to work with some of your best friends, and that's what makes this show worth it. But friends, let us get things going. This story begins, as all good stories do, on a dark and stormy night, replete with dramatic music.
Dum, 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 dum.
Old King Hamlet was dead to begin with. There is no doubt whatever about that. This must be clearly understood, or otherwise nothing wonderful can come from this story. Hamlet knew that his father was dead. Of course he did. His uncle, the king's brother, was now king and married to Hamlet's brother. Hamlet's mother. Old King Hamlet was dead as a doornail. Once upon a time, of all the good days in the calendar on the 22nd of July, Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark, begins a Zoom call with his best friend and boon companion, Horatio.
Whoa, Hamlet, you great Dane. Dude, how's quarantine treating you? Dude, it's your Zoom call, man. You gotta unmute yourself.
I'm saying I'm so depressed, I can't even hear myself say it.
Dude, I feel you, man. You know, like I've only seen my roommate Kevin and nobody else for like the last 4 months. And I think I've watched everything on YouTube.
That's not it.
No, I'm telling you, like I've literally seen everything on YouTube. I mean, they even asked me if I wanted to go do something else instead. So like I started playing Animal Crossing.
No. I mean, quarantine hasn't got me down. It's something else.
Oh, right. Your father's untimely fatal gardening accident.
It was no accident, Horatio.
Well, I didn't want to call it, you know.
Call it by its name, fratricide.
Dude, Hamlet, your father was many things. King, sage, husband, kind uncle who always took me to the boardwalk to play skee ball, dutiful father, but I don't think he was ever in a fraternity, dude. Besides, even if he was a member of Delta Chi once upon a time, what does that have to do with how he died? He was killed by his own brother, man.
That's what fratricide means, Horatio.
Whoa. I learned something today. So, you're depressed, not because of quarantine. Oh, have you tried playing Animal Crossing, by the way? It's really far out, man. But rather because your father being murdered by his own brother, who then married your mother, which makes him kind of your dad now. Your dunkle, if you will.
Ew!
He's your dunkle now.
That's messed up.
Oh, Horatio, it isn't that at all.
Really? Then why for art thou sad, dear prince?
I feel good, Horatio, that it is because I have not received a single solitary Christmas card.
At this, Hamlet stands up from his desk, falls back to his knees, beats his chest, raises his arms to the heavens, and cries out,
Oh, good grief.
Hamlet Brown, my friend. Not to put too fine a point on it, but Christmas shan't be here for another 5 months.
What about Christmas in July, Horatio? What of that? I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, forgone all custom of exercises, and indeed it goes so heavily with me, with my disposition, that this goodly frame of you, the earth, seems to me a picture's mound. Mayhap Christmas in July may set my humors right again, but no one, not a soul, hath sent me glad tidings of holiday greetings.
I am telling thee, my friend, the Yuletide is not here. This is of high summertime and not meet to sing carols. This is not the time for pleasant peddlers in magical vehicles to drop in unexpectedly upon us, which is breaking and entering, by the way. This is not yet the time, dude.
I tell thee, Horatio, time no longer matters as it once did. Is this Wednesday or late July?
Both, dude.
Push us but a little one way, we are newborn babes. Pull us the other, 'tis lunchtime. Time is relative. Lunchtime doubly so. Methinks, Horatio, there are more things in heaven and earth that are dreamt of in your philosophy. It's all a bit twirly-whirly.
My friend, thou art indeed obviously in pain. And you are going to go through quite a lot, and how much indeed I dare not say. But mayhaps you should speak this truth in a telehealth setting to a licensed mental health counselor. You know, perhaps one certified by the American Counseling Association. Mental health telehealth sessions are free under most insurance providers. Of course, Here in Denmark, where we most obviously are, it is free of charge to citizens through our national healthcare service. Wouldn't it be great if we all had that? Regardless of your location, you should certainly set up an appointment. But for now, my friend, I must leave our Zoom call. Animal Crossing calls to me, dude.
As Horatio logged out of the Zoom, Hamlet was left with melancholy writ all across his brow. He considered taking Horatio up on his advice, and very good advice it was, and seek out a counselor to lay bare his soul and move forward in a healthier mental state. But before he could do that, he received a request from his little sister, Sally, to join in the Zoom meeting.
Merry Christmas, brother!
Sally, you're wishing me a Merry Christmas? But it's July.
Christmas knows no season, dear Hamlet.
At last, someone else gets it.
One can never be too early, brother mine, to send their letters to Father Christmas.
That's not quite what I meant, but all right.
I need for you, my dear big brother, to take down my list for Father Christmas.
Surely this is a thing you can do yourself. We're using computers to talk.
Hamlet, I'm amazed at you. The writing of letters to Father Christmas is far too important to relegate to a word processing program, to then be sent to that most worthy of gentlemen in a matter so pedestrian as email, as if I even had his email address. This must be done in the time-honored tradition, by hand. And besides, your penmanship is far better than mine. Mom calls mine atrocious.
You got me there.
And so Hamlet acquiesced. To his little sister's demands, pulling out pen and paper and taking down her dictation.
Dear Father Christmas, have you had a good summer? I haven't, because I'm in quarantine here in Denmark, which means that it may as well have been forever winter and never Christmas. But assuming that the great day will arrive, here is what I want you to bring me. I want a pony. I want a puppy. I want a puppy riding on a pony. I want a Nintendo Switch so I can play Animal Crossing with my friends. And dear, saintly, gracious, kind, and good old man, if you can't bring me these things, I no longer believe in you. Did you get it all down?
Yes, dear sister, but I think your requests seem more like demands.
Mayhap you're right, my brother. P.S. If this is too much for you to bring me, kindly just Venmo me the payment or use the attached QR code to send me the money via Cash App.
Send me money via Cash App. A puppy riding on a pony. Even my little sister has gone commercial. I can't stand it.
Brother.
Sister, keep Christmasing in July in your way. Let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't keep it.
Then let me leave it alone. No one cares to send me glad tidings.
No, and why would they when all you offer them is a humbug? There are many times I have given glad tidings, Christmas tidings in July, and have not had them returned, brother mine. But I have always considered Christmas in July time as a good time, as a kind, forgiving, charitable, pleasant time. A time when the long calendar of the year, people forget about their other woes and forget about how hot it is. And maybe just this once, actually think of each other as fellow passengers to the grave and not someone here just to argue with about what masks we wear or aren't wearing when out in public. It's a time of whimsy when we combine our lawn sprinklers and our inflatable snowmen. And so I believe that it has done me good and will do me good. And I say, God bless it. Merry Christmas in July.
At this, Sally left the Zoom meeting room, leaving Hamlet alone with his thoughts, and some ugly, unpleasant thoughts they were.
If I could work my will, everyone who now goes about with a Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled with his own sunscreen and buried by a beach umbrella in his heart.
He crumpled up her letter and was about to throw it away when he received yet another request to join his Zoom meeting, this time from his girlfriend, Ophelia.
Hamlet, my love, my dove, my sweet baboo. Why art thou sad?
Not sad, my dearest.
What, sick then?
No, neither.
Okay. My love, if it's going to be a telehealth counseling session, first allow me to put on my glasses, which I forgot. They usually help me get rid of the blue light from the screen, but then you can ask as you please if you pay for this service.
But thou art my girlfriend, Ophelia. I shouldn't have to pay thee to talk to me.
And thou art my boyfriend, sweet Hamlet. And yet, whenever I need tech support, you send me an invoice.
Fine. How much is psychiatric help? 5 cents?
Oh, you are so cute. Like as if I'm just a little kid with a lemonade stand dispensing pearls of wisdom for a nickel. No, pudding. Oh, I'm a professional. I need to get paid. I've got groceries to buy. I got student loans to pay. But I'll give you the friends and family discount since, I must keep this off the record, as it is a massive breach of professional ethics to the council of mine own beloved. Let's say $25, and thou can supply Venmo to me. Oh my, but what a sound. How I love to hear the Venmo cash register ka-ching, the beautiful sound of commerce and exchange, the beauteous notes of electronic banking transfers, wherein I have near instantaneous access to currency to spend and save as I please. Oh, that's right. Hold on. All right, cool. Now, my love, what is bothering thee? Thou art not sad, and thou art not sick.
Neither sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor well.
Thou art melancholy then, I take it. I mean, by the sad tidings of thy father, the king's murder. Murdered by his own brother, who then married your mother, which makes him kind of your dad now? Your uncle, if you will.
Ew. Uncle now.
It's messed up.
No, sweet nymph, I'm counselor. That isn't it at all.
Then why, my love? Why further do you cry?
I believe that it is because I have not received a single solitary Hanukkah card.
At this, Hamlet stood up from his desk, then fell back to his knees, beat his chest, raised his arms to the heavens, and cried out,
"Oh, good grief."
Hamlet, my love, my dove, my sweet baboo. Hanukkah is more than 7 months past.
But time, dear Ophelia, matters not in this case. It flows not just like a river, but like the sands through an hourglass when thrown into a maelstrom. It's a bit hokey pokey.
Hamlet, my love, my dove, my sweet noodle kugel. You need to become more involved. Why not direct a summertime holiday extravaganza?
That's it.
And before Ophelia could say another word, Hamlet dashed away from the scene, leaving his laptop open and the Zoom meeting running.
Hamlet, my love. Hamlet! Could you be a dear and like come back and at least make me the co-host of this meeting? I want to call my daddy.
It is no small thing to be made the co-host of a Zoom meeting, especially if it's on a pro account, thus granting you the ability to invite multiple people into a Zoom room, or even a breakout room, with no 40-minute time limit, restating and necessitating that all and sundry keep it short and sweet. Ophelia, taking advantage of her beloved's largesse, decided to call up both her father, Old Man Polonius, and her younger brother, Laertes, who had been away at university, but was now contemplating an entire year of remote learning.
Daddy! Laertes. It's so good to see you both.
Yeah, sure, sweetie. Listen, if you don't mind, I'd like to talk to your brother first for a minute.
Okay. Rude.
Yeah, here, Laertes, abroad for shame. The wind sits at the shoulder of your sail, and yet you are stayed for.
Dad, they closed the campus for safety concerns. I'm going to school online now.
Oh, of course, how clever of thee, and my blessings with thee. And these few precepts in thy memory see thou characterize.
Dad, I don't want to waste too much time. We're on Ophelia's Zoom call.
It's fine. We're using Hamlet's pro account.
Oh, is Zoom paying for us using their service and dropping their name so much?
No, not really. It's not my concern, though. But no, quite the opposite, actually.
Laertes, heed my wise words. Never a borrower nor lender be.
Got it, Dad.
Speak softly and carry a big stick.
All right, Dad. Thanks.
Laertes, remember, no matter where you go, there you are.
Thanks, Dad.
Daddy, do you have any, wise words for me, you little girl?
Ophelia, I was talking to your brother here.
Yeah, but I called you.
Oh, well, fine, if you insist. Daughter of mine, this I wish for you. I wish
Yes?
that you had been born a boy.
What?
Dad, that's terrible. Ophelia, just ignore him. He's an old man and he's stuck in his ways.
That's all right, brother. But do not apologize for him. I don't accept his behavior. It's entirely unacceptable, but he's always been a pain in my arse.
That's a literary joke based on the original play, by the way.
True. Father, I do not accept your behavior. I don't accept this from you. If you can't treat me with the same affection with which you treat Laertes freely, then I no longer have any wish to speak with you.
Blah, 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 blah. Listen, if you're going to go run and cry away right now, just stay away from any large bodies of water, okay?
Oh, so funny. You shan't get the better of me, though, nor get my goat, okay? In fact, I'll do you one better. I'll simply shut off your Wi-Fi access.
What? You can't do that.
And why not?
I don't know how to turn it back on.
Methinks that you deserve, and mayhaps it shall cause thee to think better of me in the future.
As Ophelia terminates the link, booting her dad from the room, Hamlet rejoins. It was his original Zoom meeting after all. He blows her a kiss and then takes everyone over into a Zoom breakout room,
I have a pro account.
where we meet all of the performers that he has gathered for his online summertime holiday extravaganza. Everyone is there singing and dancing.
Peace. I, Hamlet, Prince of Denmark.
Oh, whoa, Great Dane.
Yes, thank you. I am your director. Yes, thank you. But could everyone mute their mics while I'm talking? Thank you.
No, I'm good. I'm muted. What's up?
Mute your mics, please. If you need to talk, you can hit the unmute button or just press the space bar. Thank you. As I was saying, I am your director, and it is so good to see you all here. As you all know, we are digitally gathered to do a Festivus Pageant. Yes?
Are you sure you want to do a Festivus Pageant show now? It's not until December. Babar told me.
When is Festivus anyway?
December 23rd, dude.
Are you sure?
No, I'm Horatio.
Ha! Virtual high five.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone, please mute your mics. I want to do it for a Festivus in July show. Or Hanukkah in July, or Christmas in July, whatever, it doesn't matter. But we only have a short time to do it. Festivus in July is tomorrow, the 23rd, so we need to get to work right away. One of the first things to ensure a good performance, especially as we're a little out of sync timing-wise since we're online, is to pay strict attention to your director. Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounced it to you, trippingly on the tongue. Suit the action to the word to the deed. Our purpose of playing is to hold as 'twere a webcam up to nature. It's the spirit of the actors that counts, the interest that they show in their director. Am I right?
And everyone begin to sing and dance again!
This is my jam.
Hamlet was quickly losing control of his own show, and thus of his own temperament. The quick-witted Ophelia saw what was transpiring and acted quickly. As co-host of the Zoom session, she took herself, Hamlet, and Horatio over into a separate breakout room, leaving the rest of the cast to continue to dance and sing. And they go away. Go away, Schroeder. Go away.
Now that they're gone, Hammond, my love, my dove, my sweet babu, you needs must go.
Go.
Go and bring for us a Festivus pole. The biggest, the shiniest, the most illuminatingest Festivus pole that you can find.
Feeling a bit of purpose re-enter into his veins, Hamlet gladly took on this new quest.
I shall do this thing.
And I, too, shall go.
As Ophelia went to join the online rehearsal already in progress, and yes, that was a rather accurate portrayal of what Zoom rehearsals are like, Hamlet and Horatio sought the Festivus pole. They looked high.
Oh, what of this one on Etsy, Hamlet?
That's not right.
But it's artisanal, dude.
They looked low.
Well, we can get this one on Wish for about $3, but we have no guarantee when it will arrive.
That's not what we're looking for either.
They looked near.
Want to just go to the Walmart?
No.
And far.
Want to go to the nice Walmart?
You mean Target?
Yeah.
No.
Finally, after minutes and minutes of scrolling and Google searching, Hamlet spied his prize upon his phone's tiny screen. His eyes shone with delight. He sent his discovery to his best friend and boon companion.
I know not, Hamlet. This is awfully small. Remember what Ophelia said.
I don't care. It has a so je ne sais quoi. Besides, I think it needs me. All it needs is love.
All it needs is love.
Love is all it needs. And with Prime shipping, it can be here. Now, they really are good.
With his Festivus pole at the ready, Hamlet and Horatio went back to the play rehearsal, where everyone was singing and dancing!
Behold, I have brought for us the Festivus pole!
Well, that's not what we wanted.
No. Didn't you do anything right, Hamlet?
You had one job.
You blockhead.
You were a piece of work.
I guess I can't do anything right. I thought what we needed was a little Festivus spirit right this very minute. I guess I was wrong. I suppose I don't really know what Festivus is all about. Isn't there anyone who understands the true meaning of Festivus?
As his words hung in the ether, the rest of the company began to look shamefacedly at one another. And one by one, the cameras started to go dark, as they realized that perhaps they had pushed their friend too far, and they needed to not be seen in that moment. But then Horatio spoke up.
Sure, Hamlet. I can tell you, dude, what Festivus is all about. Speaker view, please. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, a wise man, some called him a madman, decreed that people should be nice to each other and not be jerks. Just once a year. We should have the airing of grievances, show our feats of strength, and to sing our sacred songs around the Festivus pole. No one knows who that man was or what his name might be, but there are some who called him a space cowboy. There are some who called him the gangster of love. And there are some who call him...
Everyone knows the answer to this.
Maurice! Woo woo!
And that, Hamlet, that is what Festivus is all about, dude.
As the Zoom meeting went back into gallery view, Hamlet sat there for a long moment, looking at his best friend and at the others that he had gathered together. He tried to find words, but found that nothing came out of his mouth. And then...
I'm taking my pole and I'm going home.
Wasn't he home already?
He should be. We're all in quarantine.
Yeah, he didn't even take a mask with him. Well, let's just sit here and wait for him to come back.
Fear that we did him wrong. He was crying out for help and...
We did not help him. We just became consumed in the minutiae of our own lives. I feel terrible.
Dude, it's really not your fault.
True. You were there too.
But no, that's not what I meant. That's just how people are. Everyone's a little myopic, don't you think? A little too myopic? Yeah, I really do think.
But we should be better.
Yeah, we can be. But it just starts with listening. Then being there for each other. You know, it's not a bad Festivus pole. It just needs a little love.
All it needs is love.
Love is all it needs.
Wait, listen. I think he's coming back.
Oh.
Hamlet, smash!
No, Hamlet, do not smash. Though we have not yet spoken to each other directly in this Zoom meeting, I feel that you and I are kindred spirits. We both have suffered pain and loss and can talk it over as friends.
Laertes, you and your father shall feel my wrath first! Hamlet has rage!
No!
And as Hamlet had his pole raised high above his head, perhaps to bring it crashing down upon his laptop, which would surely end the Zoom meeting, but also cost him several $100s in repairs or replacements, so bad idea overall. Something truly unexpected begins to happen. Time stops with a schwump.
Schwump.
And another schwump too.
Schwump.
Two.
And then one more schwump.
Schwump.
Again.
And then it is heard, softly at first, and then growing louder and louder, a whooshing sound.
Whoosh.
It keeps growing.
Whoosh.
Whoosh.
Soon it was the only thing that could be heard.
Whoosh.
And then, spinning into existence on its own screen in the meeting, came a blue box. Just an ordinary blue box, the type that one might see when walking down a street in London in the 1960s. And then, as it comes to a stop, its doors open wide with a blinding light, and everyone gasps in astonishment.
Astonishment!
And then, from the blue box, the perfectly ordinary blue box, came another video signal featuring the most unlikely of figures, dressed in a leather jacket and a V-neck jumper. A madwoman or a madman? Who's to say?
No, Hamlet, do not do this thing. Do not end this Zoom meeting prematurely and set off a chain of events that cannot be undone.
But I have grievances.
Yes, and they are true and shall be aired, but no one needs to be hurt. No one needs to die.
Wait, who said anything about dying?
Not today, anyway. Hamlet, your father was murdered by your uncle, who then married your mother, and that kind of makes him your dad now. Your dunkle, if you will.
Ew.
Uncle now.
That's messed up.
But no one needs to suffer for this. Don't you think there's been a suffering enough?
That isn't it at all. Don't you know? Don't you get it? It's because I haven't received a single solitary Christmas card, or Hanukkah card, or even a card for Christmas on a Comic-Con.
That last one's going to be a thing. Copyright Shakespeare. But then Hamlet stood up. He fell back to his knees, beat his chest, raised his arms to the heavens, and cried out.
Oh, good grief.
And then the unearthly sound from the perfectly ordinary blue box was heard again. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And yet, another mad person joined the Zoom conference.
Have you put aside your plans to do away with everyone and just have a little cry instead?
What are you talking about? I wasn't going to try to kill everyone.
No, of course you won't. Not today, not on a Zoom call. How would that even work anyway? But if you act rashly today, good people will die. If you're kind, though, some of them might live. Maybe not all of them. Maybe not for long. But it's a chance. And you're going to go too, someday. Have you thought about it? Oh, I bet you have. To be or not to be.
What a piece of work is man.
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune.
How infinite in wisdom.
Or to take up arms against a sea of troubles.
How noble in discourse.
And by opposing, end them.
To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. I feel that everything is gone. Everyone is gone.
Then one more time, that sound is heard. And the blue box delivers yet another face to the ever more crowded meetup.
Not everyone. You've got friends. And my friends have always been the best part of me.
Hamlet looked up at all the faces that were around him, perhaps seeing them all for the first time.
You're all here. For me? You're all my friends.
Yes, sweet Hamlet, because the answer is friends.
It's not 42?
No, it's friendship and being there for one another.
Of course we are. We're each other's family. The chosen kind.
I don't know what to say.
Oh, it seems the rest is silence.
No silence. The silence will not fall here. Not today. Because today, just this once, everybody live!
And at this, they all virtually join hands around the Festivus pole and the perfectly ordinary, flashing and whirring blue box, the type that you might see on a street in London. And they sang their favorite Festivus hymn.
Thou forest, thou forest, welcome Festivus, join our dance. Thou forest, let us hear our grievances.
As they all basked in the glow of friendship, Hamlet turned to one of the many strangers out of time and asked a question that had been burning inside of him.
Oh, how are you here? How did you know to come?
Well, it's not an exact science, more of an art, really. But suffice it to say that each of us has a fixed point in time that we're supposed to be at some point, and you weren't there yet. And for you to cut everyone off, or worse, well, that would muck it up a bit.
But it's become clear that time no longer has any meaning. That's why this Festivus held here and now is so important.
Well, yes and no. It does have meaning. All points, every and each, are precious and must be cherished.
It's not always straightforward. It's kind of a wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey...
Jeremy-Baramy.
Exactly. It's a bunch of stuff.
When did you come in? I didn't hear the whooshing.
It was probably drowned out by my blender. I was making daiquiris. By the way, how do you like my glasses?
You're wearing them just to look clever, aren't you?
I'd ask how you know that, but since you're me, I already know that you know.
Yeah, they're brilliant. And you know what? So am I.
As their friendship promised to take them all into the future, the undiscovered country from which no traveler returns.
Except for me, because, as you all know, bow ties are cool.
Are they, though?
Well, yeah, especially chainmail bow ties. And so are braces, suspenders to the Americans, and fezzes, and Stetsons, and having really, really good bone structure.
Are you really who I become?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Except, of course, that's where I come from.
Just remember, it gets you to me.
It's not all a bad thing to be taken to the number 13.
Nope.
It's not a bad thing at all, but I'll always remember this time, this place, when I was the most me that I ever was.
And now they could all rest assured of that, except for the fact that nearly everyone in this show will die, except for Horatio.
Oh, good for you!
And they will die in several months' time, the time known as the killing seasons. Today, together, they were just able to be. No winning, no losing, just being together, even if just online in a Zoom meeting. Because friendship and family will find each other. Let that be said of us and all of us. And as one of the mad people from the perfectly ordinary blue box once observed, just this once, say it with me.
Everybody
lives.
I don't want to go.
He's always saying that. Okay. Friends, that was the Hamlet Christmas special. Put your hands at home together. Yes, that was the cast. We had, in no particular order, Joel Kasser as Polonius, Maisha Elenai as Sally, Hamlet's little sister, Kristen Bonini as number 13, James Bonini as number 12, Erin Donnelly as the little red-headed girl and a perfectly ordinary blue box, Tommy Abbott as Shermie and 11, Christopher Klein as 10, Tom Zadoiko as Horatio, Melissa L.E. Baker as 9, Ezekiel Jackson as Laertes, Jasmine Alani Kyle as Ophelia, David Makowski was our Schroeder, and Steve Anderson as our Great Dane, Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark. And now, friends, thank you so very much for joining us here tonight. Please, if you can, donate to the Indiegogo campaign to support the professional performers in this show. You can contribute by going to igg.me/@/Hamlet Xmas in July special. And that link will also be put up in the comments and in the show notes for the playback. We invite you all to join us for a watch party on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time for the Hamlet Christmas special in July brunch time party. We'll have pancakes, watch the show together, and have some mimosas and a good time all around. We might even have a drinking party on how many times exactly Horatio said dude. The next show is going to be a co-production with the Zenith Players, who were kind enough to loan us their technical director to be our stage manager here tonight. Mr. TJ Reisner was our tech and stage director. Please give him a great big round of applause. That co-production on August 12th, Wednesday at 7 p.m. is going to be The Importance of Being Earnest. And several of tonight's performers will also be in that production. The next original show presented by the Social Distancing Players is going to be in September. And that's going to be The Tempest, a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. If you would like to be involved with that show, please drop me a line at shakespeare@shakespeareapproves.com or send me a message right here on Facebook. And just also keep an eye out for the next Indiegogo campaign. Thank you so much for being here with us and helping to keep live theater alive. I don't have my career without you, and so I love you, you love me, and there is mutual glorious affection. And in the words of the great Captain Pike, be brave, be bold, be courageous. Stay safe and wear a mask. We'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.